Appeal hearings held against returning officers' decision in 13 national parliamentary elections on 6th day. July Charter to be implemented and old system to be changed to fulfill hopes and aspirations of people, says Dr. Ali Riaz. Execution of death sentence of first protester in Iran, Irfan Sultani, temporarily suspended, and killing of protesters to be stopped in Iran, says Donald Trump. Start of second phase of plan proposed by U.S. President Donald Trump to stop a war in Gaza announced. And BCB relieves Director M. Nazmul Islam of all responsibilities, including as head of Finance Committee, for making offensive remarks about cricketers. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I am Ruya Zabin. You have just heard the headlines. Now news in details. The government gave final approval to the draft of the July Mass Uprising Protection and Liability Determination Ordinance 2026, granting indemnity to the participants in the July 2024 uprising. The Council of Advisors gave the approval at its weekly meeting at the Chief Advisor's office, with Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus in the chair. The Advisory Council gave in principle and final approval to the drafts of the Microfinance Bank Ordinance 2026, the Registration Second Amendment Ordinance 2026, and the Protection and Conservation of Fish Amendment Ordinance 2026. After the meeting, Law Advisor Professor Dr. Asif Nazrul and Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam briefed the media at the Foreign Service Academy. Dr. Asif Nazrul said the government
প্রতিরোধের উদ্দেশ্যে সংগঠিত কার্যাবলী থেকে জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থানকারীদের দায়মুক্তি দেওয়া হয়েছে। রাজনৈতিক প্রতিরোধ বলতে আমরা বুঝিয়েছি ফ্যাসিস্ট সরকারের পতনের মাধ্যমে গণতান্ত্রিক শাসন ব্যবস্থা পুনরুদ্ধারের লক্ষ্যে সংগঠিত যে কার্যাবলী ছিল সে সমস্ত কার্যাবলীর ফৌজদারি দায় দায়িত্ব থেকে জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থানকারীদের দায় মুক্তি দেওয়া হয়েছে। এখন প্রক্রিয়াটা কি হবে? প্রক্রিয়া হচ্ছে অলরেডি যদি কোনো মামলা হয়ে থাকে জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থানকারীদের বিরুদ্ধে ফৌজদারি মামলা, রাজনৈতিক প্রতিরোধের উদ্দেশ্যে সংগঠিত কার্যাবলীর কারণে যদি কোনো ফৌজদারি মামলা হয়ে থাকে তাহলে সেই মামলাগুলো প্রত্যাহার করার পদক্ষেপ সরকার নেবে এবং এখন থেকে নতুন কোনো মামলা করা তাদের বিরুদ্ধে জুলাই আগস্টে সংগঠিত রাজনৈতিক প্রতিরোধের উদ্দেশ্যে সংগঠিত কার্যাবলীর দায় দায়িত্ব থেকে যদি কোনো এর জন্য যদি কোনো নতুন মামলা করা হয় সেই নতুন মামলা করা যাবে না। এখন কোনো হত্যাকাণ্ড ব্যক্তিগত এবং সংকীর্ণ স্বার্থে জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থানের সাথে রিলেটেড না, রাজনৈতিক প্রতিরোধের উদ্দেশ্যের সাথে রিলেটেড না, লোভের বশবর্তী হয়ে বা প্রতিশোধ স্পৃহা থেকে ব্যক্তিগত এবং সংকীর্ণ স্বার্থে কেউ যদি হত্যাকাণ্ড ঘটায় তাহলে তাকে দায় মুক্তি দেওয়ার উদ্দেশ্যে আইন করা হয় নাই। আইনটা করা হয়েছে এই ফ্যাসিস্ট সরকারের পতনের মাধ্যমে গণতান্ত্রিক ব্যবস্থা পুনরুদ্ধারের জন্য সংগঠিত কার্যাবলী এবং সেই কার্যাবলীতে কালেকটিভলি যারা ইনভলভ ছিলেন তাদেরকে দায় মুক্তি দেওয়া হয়েছে।
মাইক্রো ফিন্যান্স ব্যাংক অর্ডিন্যান্স 2026 খসড়া নীতিগত ও চূড়ান্ত অনুমোদন হয়েছে। আজকে ডাক সেবা অধ্যাদেশ 2026 খসড়া আলোচিত হয়েছে। এটা সামনের সপ্তাহে মিটিং এ বা তারপরে মিটিং এ আসবে। আজকে রেজিস্ট্রেশন উইদিন ব্র্যাকেট সেকেন্ড অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট অর্ডিন্যান্সের খসড়া নীতিগত ও চূড়ান্ত অনুমোদন হয়েছে। আজকে দি প্রোটেকশন অফ অ্যান্ড কনজারভেশন অফ ফিশ ব্র্যাকেটে অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট অর্ডিন্যান্স 2026 খসড়া নীতিগত ও চূড়ান্ত অনুমোদন হয়েছে। 6 নম্বর ছিল ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ম্যারিটাইম অর্গানাইজেশন IMO এর 3টি গুরুত্বপূর্ণ কনভেনশন। 1 নম্বর কনভেনশন হচ্ছে বাংকার কনভেনশন, 2 নম্বর হচ্ছে CLC কনভেনশন, 3 নম্বর হচ্ছে রেগ কনভেনশন। এগুলোর অনুসমর্থনের প্রস্তাব অনুমোদন হয়েছে। লাস্ট যেটা এজেন্ডা ছিল এগ্রিমেন্ট বিটুইন দ্য গভর্নমেন্ট অফ রিপাবলিক অফ আজারবাইজান and the government of People's Republic of Bangladesh on exemption of visa requirements for holders of diplomatic, official and service passport এই শীর্ষক চুক্তির খসড়া অনুমোদন হয়েছে।
BNP Chairman Tariq Rahman and his family members paid a courtesy call on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. Tariq Rahman arrived at the State Guest House Jamuna this evening with his wife Zubaida Rahman and daughter Saima Rahman. They spent more than an hour with the Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus and his daughter Dina Yunus. At this time, members of the two families exchanged greetings with each other. Newly appointed U.S. Ambassador to Bangladesh Brent Thomas Christensen presented his credentials to President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bongo Bhavan today. Welcoming the newly envoy, the President hoped that education, cultural and trade relations between Bangladesh and the U.S. would be strengthened in future. The new U.S. ambassador said he would work to make the existing relation between the two countries fruitful and multidimensional. He sought the President's cooperation in discharging his duties. Appeal hearings were held for the sixth consecutive day at the Election Commission for candidates seeking to regain their candidacy in the 13th National Parliamentary election. The hearings were held from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Election Commission conference room in Agargaon. On the sixth day of hearings on appeals filed against the decision of returning officers, a total of 100 appeals numbered from 381 to 480 were heard today. The hearings will continue until January 18. Election Commissioner Brigadier General retired Abul Fazal Mohammad Sanaullah today said those involved in spreading rumors and disinformation regarding postal ballots will not be spared. He said this to journalists during a briefing at the Nirbachan Bhavan in Agargaon in the capital. Senior Secretary of the Election Commission Secretariat Akhtar Ahmed was present. Abul Fazal Mohammad Sanaullah said recently some baseless negative information regarding postal ballots were being spread on the social media. However, after verifying, Election Commission did not find any truth in the claims. He urged everyone, including expatriates, to refrain from any act that tarnishes the country's image. A delegation of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party today held a meeting with Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasir Uddin ahead of the upcoming 13th Jatiyo সংসদ election and referendum. The meeting began at 1:35 p.m. at the election building in the capital's Agargaon with BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed leading the party delegation. After the meeting, BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed briefed the reporters. He said that the postal ballots will be used more extensively within the country. Therefore, they have made a clear proposal that instead of leaving all election symbols on the ballots, the names and symbols of the relevant candidates should be included in the country's ballots. Salahuddin Ahmed stated that discussions were held with the CEC regarding legal matters and the code of conduct. Some issues were given legal clarification. Salahuddin Ahmed appealed to the Election Commission that the electoral process should not be made difficult so that voters can cast their votes smoothly. Jamaat-e-Islami has demanded to ensure level playing field keeping impartiality of the administration. Jamaat-e-Islami Assistant Secretary General AHM Hamidur Rahman Azad said this at a news briefing after meeting with Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasir Uddin at Nirbachan Bhavan in the capital today. Jamaat-e-Islami Assistant Secretary General Ehsanul Mahbub Zubair, member of the Central Executive Council Mubarak Hussain and Central Working Council member Advocate Joshim Uddin Sarkar were present. Hamidur Rahman Azad said that it has been requested to the Commission to bring each polling centres under CC camera. He informed that Election Commission assured in this regard. campaign in the border district of Brahmanbaria is still lagging slightly behind as the upcoming parliamentary election is knocking the door. Although general voters show interest in the national election, many remain in the dark about the referendum. The main contest in the Brahmanbaria district's 6 parliamentary constituencies is expected to be between candidates of the BNP and the Jamaat alliance. However, with the election campaign yet to gain momentum, voters are still waiting on the sidelines. Voters said that despite being unable to reach polling centres in past elections, they are determined to go to the polls on 12 February to vote for their preferred candidates. Voters express the hope that whoever comes to power after the election will focus on the district's development and the welfare of its people. They also urge the government to ensure comprehensive security so that voters can cast their votes freely. Meanwhile, candidates said that they are shaping their campaign strategies in line with public expectations. They believe that the long-standing deprivation of voting rights will be addressed in this election. Known as a city of industry and literature, Brahmanbaria is now grappling with land grabbing, pollution and a growing drug problem. Voters expect the elected government to give due importance to addressing these issues. The International Crimes Tribunal has ordered January 21 as the date for framing charges against former Prime Minister's ICT Affairs Advisor Shaji Wajid Joy and former State Minister for Posts, Telecommunications and Information and Communication Technology Junaid Ahmed Polok in a crimes against humanity case over incitement to genocide, including shutting down the internet during the July-August movement. The order was passed today by the Judicial Panel of Tribunal 1, led by its chairman, Justice Mohammad Ghulam Murtaza Mojumdar. Earlier in this case, lawyers for Shaji Wajid Joy and Junaid Ahmed Polok presented their arguments seeking their acquittal. Lawyer Liton Ahmed presented Junaid Ahmed Polok, while state-appointed lawyer Manjur Alam defended Shaji Wajid Joy, who is absconding. In the morning, Junaid Ahmed Polok was produced before the tribunal. Meanwhile, the International Crimes Tribunal has ordered the issuance of arrest warrants against former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former DMP Commissioner, the OC of the concerned police station, and other absconding accused in connection with the shooting and death of Ghulam Nafis in the Farmgate area during the July mass uprising. The Appellate Division on Thursday cleared the way for holding the elections in Pabna 1 and Pabna 2 constituencies on February 12, in accordance with the boundaries specified in the Election Commission's September 4 Gazette. An Appellate Division bench led by Chief Justice Zubair Rahman Chaudhry passed the order. As per the order, Satya Upazila will constitute Pabna 1 constituency, while Shujanagar and Bera Upazilas will form Pabna 2. Acting Attorney General Arshadur Rauf, Additional Attorney General Onik R. Haq stood for the EC, while Barrister Imran Abdullah Siddiq and Barrister H.M. Shanjid Siddiq represented Jamaat-e-Islami and BNP respectively. On January 14, the High Court fixed January 15 for hearing on the leave to appeal petition filed challenging the validity of the Gazette issued by the Election Commission (EC). On January 10, the Election Commission (EC) suspended the election in Pabna 1 and Pabna 2 constituencies until further order from the court. The decision was taken in line with an order issued by the Appellate Division of the Supreme Court on January 5 over a dispute regarding the demarcation of the two constituencies, the parliamentary constituencies number 68, Pabna 1 and number 69, Pabna 2. According to an EC circular issued on January 6, the Commission decided to keep the elections scheduled for February 12 in the two constituencies suspended until further directives from the court. On September 4 last year, the Election Commission published a gazette on the delimitation of the country's 300 constituencies, bringing changes to the boundaries of 46 constituencies, including Pabna 1 and Pabna 2. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Sayeda Rizwana Hassan has said the government must maintain a rigorous and disciplined accounting system to ensure transparency in governance. She said accounting and auditing are not merely mechanisms for identifying irregularities but essential tools for ensuring effective governance by preventing irregularities in the first place. The advisor made the remarks while speaking as the chief guest at the 25th convocation of the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of Bangladesh (ICMAB) held at a hotel in the capital this evening. NRB Chairman Mohammad Abdur Rahman Khan also attended the event as special guest. Distinguished French accountant and president of the International Federation of Accountants Jean Bouquois served as convocation speaker. Referring to the interim government's efforts to restore discipline in the financial sector, Sayeda Rizwana Hassan said ensuring the proper use of public funds, blocking avenues of corruption and establishing a strong accountability framework are fundamental responsibilities of a well-functioning state. In this regard, she stressed that there is no scope for leniency in auditing and financial supervision. At the convocation ceremony, ICMAB awarded certificates to 264 graduates. Saudi Arabian Ambassador to Bangladesh, Dr. Abdullah Zafir H. bin Abiya, called on Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Mohammad Jahangir Alam Chaudhry at his Secretariat office today. Issues relating to preparation of Parliament election of Bangladesh, exchange of invitation letter for Bangladesh's participation in the upcoming World Defence Show in Saudi Arabia, and progress of issuing Bangladeshi passport to 69,000 displaced Rohingya citizens staying in Saudi Arabia came up for discussion during the call-on. Matters relating to manpower export and increase of trade and commerce were also discussed. The advisor requested the Saudi envoy to import more manpower from Bangladesh. Through this, he hoped the existing relations between Bangladesh and Saudi Arabia would be strengthened further. Replying to the query of the ambassador about preparations for the national election, the advisor mentioned that the main responsibility of conducting the election lies with the Election Commission, while the primary responsibility of the Home Ministry is to maintain law and order during the upcoming parliamentary election. He said that various law enforcement agencies have been given training for the first time on the occasion of the national election. A notification relating to deployment of law enforcement agencies during the election was also issued by the Home Ministry. The Saudi ambassador invited Bangladesh to take part in the World Defence Show to be held in Riyadh from February 8 to February 14, 2026. In this regard, he handed over the advisor an invitation letter of Saudi Interior Ministry. Senior officials of the Ministry of Home Affairs were present. Now, international news.